Dating a man, Donna. We're going to show women how to avoid a narcissistic man. So ladies, get ready to watch for those red flag signs. Well, she says if it is all about him, it is time to leave. Author Lisa E. Scott is here to share the warning signs of a man, Donna, and how to ditch a narcissistic male. Thanks for joining us all the way coming from Chicago today.
Yes, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
You know, I know that narcissism is something that, you know, has no gender bounds. You know,
absolutely.
Men and women both can qualify. But something very personal in your life prompted you to write this when you discovered your ex-husband was a narcissist.
Yes, when I met my husband, he joked from day one about being a narcissist, and I didn't think much of it. I just thought, oh, he's confident, and it wasn't until several events in my life, which I write about in my book, prompted me to look into the true meaning of narcissism, that it explained everything to me about our relationship, and that took 8 years. And so when I had that aha moment, it helped me understand that you either accept him for who he is and all its limitations, or you move on.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because reading your book, I mean, it was such a fun read, you know, very enthralling. And I think whether we've been in a relationship with a narcissist ourselves or know someone who has, they're so charismatic. They pull you in. You know, you were saying in your book, you know, that your ex-husband started out writing you poetry, love letters, flowers, the whole shebang. Oh, yeah. Can't live without you. And then, boom, they just lose interest.
Right. You wake up one day and you realize this is not the person you thought you met. It's upsetting. A narcissist really needs to be in a relationship because they need their ego stroked and they need to have you cater to their needs. And that's the sole purpose for entering a relationship. Once they secure your love, they come on strong, but once they secure your love, their true colors come out, and it's really all about them. And there's no give and take. It's just take, take, take. And you need to understand that if you're in a relationship with one. And it's you know, really eye-opening.
Well, you know, you've gone through it personally, and I know, you know, unfortunately, probably a lot of people watching today have. Yeah. So let's talk about the red flags to watch for. And I mean, I know when we're in love, a lot of times, you know, rose-colored glasses. But you know, these are really important things that we can look for as clues and signs.
Absolutely. Very early on, you can look at, there's 6 red flags I have. The first is he's too good to be true. A narcissist will figure out what you want in a man, and then he will become this character in order to win you over, in order to lure you in.
What is, with your ex-husband, or you had a boyfriend after that unfortunately was a narcissist, what's the most over-the-top, too good to be true thing you experienced?
Oh, well, my ex-husband claimed to be a professor in English literature and writing a book and a novel, and it turned out he was an undergrad still.
Oh, and read comic books, so that, you know, meant the same thing, right? Right?
Exactly, exactly. Oh. So they seem too good to be true. There's a reason for the old adage, if it seems too good to be true, it is. The second one, the second indicator, a red flag, is if 80% of the time the conversation revolves around them, you're dating a narcissist. You'll see a narcissist gets a glazed over look in his eyes when the conversation is not about him, and then when it returns to him, he'll find a way to revert the conversation back to himself, and then he'll be into the conversation. So the third is that he's always right. A narcissist is always right. If you try to correct a narcissist,
oh, of course they are.
Yes, yes, yeah. If you try to correct them, you will see his true colors come out. So essentially, you need to understand that. And the fourth is image. They're obsessed with their image. Narcissists have been brought up to identify with the judgmental social system. So everything is exterior. If you're beautiful, thin, and smart, you'll be loved. If not, forget about it. So they're obsessed with image.
And I had to tell you, I was reading your book. I couldn't put it down. And you were saying that when you came to the conclusion that you needed to divorce your husband, you said all he asked for was the full-length mirror.
That's it. I'm not joking or exaggerating. He did not want a thing. The only thing he wanted was the full-length mirror. The large living room mirror, I should say.
To look at himself.
Yeah. No joke.
Wow. Well, and you're very honest and open in your book, saying, you know, I'm not a mental health professional.
No.
I don't have a degree in this.
Right.
But you've had so much personal experience.
Yes, that's what makes my book different. Most of the books on narcissism are written by mental health professionals. And when I first had to understand this disorder, I had to read mostly, you know, psychology books. And I wanted to write a pop culture book, just a quick read. It's under 100 pages purposefully so that you could read it and just understand. It's a basic primer on narcissism.
Very fascinating and an easy read. Okay, so we're talking about only talks about himself and
the image. He's obsessed with his image. The next one is that he is controlling and possessive early on in a relationship. Because a narcissist is insecure underneath it all, they do have a need to possess you early on, and that's a key indicator. And the last is that he lacks empathy, and this is the biggest indicator of a narcissist. They have zero empathy, but they know this is not normal, so they fake empathy in the beginning. They're great actors.
Well, you know, yeah, that's what I was so interested reading in your book when you were saying that we all think that we can connect with human emotions in some level or another,
Yes.
but what narcissists do is they really disconnect from them, but they act like they emulate other people's emotions, so you think that they really feel it.
Yeah, they only experience the primal gut instinct, survival of the fittest, which are fear and rage. They never developed the emotions that make us human, like compassion and joy and love. Yeah. And so they realize this isn't normal. They fake these emotions in order to win you over. And then once you settle down with them, you realize that they don't have you.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, you know, we're so glad that you know you're out of that. You're out of that situation. And Lisa has a blog, so you can join her, get online support, and it's the Vein Forum, naturally, www.allabouthim, and your book is available. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hopefully we can help some other women
that's
get the heck out of Dodge.
That's the goal.
Thanks so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Well, coming up next, a speedy star of kids' cartoons earns you 100 couch potato points. Oh, and we have free tickets to the Fall Home and Garden Show. Find out how easy it is to win when San Diego Living comes right back.